Tom, Nana, thank you and good afternoon. The headlines at 3 minutes past 1. Downing Street says Sir Keir Starmer will set out a full timeline of what he knew and when relating to Peter Mandelson's vetting in the House of Commons this afternoon. The Prime Minister's spokesman has said this lunchtime that neither the Prime Minister nor any government minister was aware that the Foreign Office had granted Peter Mandelson developed vetting status against the advice of the vetting service, and that this information should have been made available to the House of Commons. Sir Keir Starmer would never have knowingly misled Parliament, his spokesman added today. The Leader of the Opposition, Kemi Badenoch, has written to Sir Keir Starmer calling for full transparency and accountability, while the Reform UK leader, Nigel Farage, said it was impossible for the Prime Minister to say that warning lights weren't flashing around the appointment. Secretary of State for Scotland, Douglas Alexander, spoke to GB News earlier.
The Prime Minister is being alleged by the Leader of the Opposition to have knowingly misled Parliament and lied to the public. That is not true, and the Prime Minister will set out why that's not true when he speaks at the dispatch box of the House of Commons just behind me this afternoon. There was information in relation to deep vetting that was withheld both from the Secretary and from the Prime Minister, and he will account for that and explain that breakdown in process when he speaks to the House of Commons today.
Well, the Liberal Democrats are calling for the Prime Minister's ethics advisor to launch an investigation. Cabinet Office spokesman Lisa Smart also spoke to GB News earlier.
He has shown catastrophically poor judgment throughout this whole sorry Peter Mandelson scandal. And he'll be coming to the House of Commons today. He'll have a lot of questions to answer. Did he know? What did he know? When? And why didn't he come to the House when he said he did know? He said he did know last Tuesday. He did come to Prime Minister's questions on Wednesday, and he didn't mention it. He should be referred to his own ethics advisor and also the Privileges Committee to investigate what happened, when it happened, and whether there were any breaches of the ministerial code.
Elsewhere today, the ceasefire between the US and Iran is coming under increasing pressure. That's as the US sees an Iranian-flagged cargo ship, and Iran said it has no plans for a second round of peace negotiations. President Donald Trump said the ship was seized after failing to respond to a warning to stop. Iran said it was a violation of the ceasefire and that it will take necessary action soon. It comes as Vice President J.D. Vance was set to go to Pakistan to lead another round of peace talks tomorrow, although Tehran has said today that there are no plans for a second round of negotiations. Well, back at home, the UK economy will flirt with a recession this year, and almost 250,000 people could lose their jobs due to the effects of the Iran war oil price shock. That's according to an independent forecaster. An earthquake that hit the eastern coast of Japan this morning has been upgraded to a 7.7 magnitude quake, with officials saying a second tsunami may now be on the way. Waves are reaching the coastline, with forecasters saying they could top 3 metres high. The Japanese Prime Minister is urging people in quake-affected areas to seek higher ground. More on those warnings shortly. A 17-year-old boy and a 19-year-old man have been arrested over the arson attack at Kenton United Synagogue in Harrow in the early hours of yesterday morning. The Metropolitan Police said counter-terrorism officers were investigating that latest incident, as well as one at Finchley Reform Synagogue, another at a building used by a Jewish charity in Hendon, and ambulances belonging to a Jewish charity set alight in Golders Green last month. Police are investigating if Iranian-backed proxies could be linked to those recent attacks. The Prime Minister said he's appalled at the recent spate of incidents targeting the Jewish community, adding that there will be an increase to visible policing and that those responsible will be found and brought to justice. And Amy Winehouse's father has High Court claim against two of his daughter's friends over the auctioning of items that had been owned by the late singer. Mitch Winehouse, acting as the administrator of his daughter's estate, sued her stylist Naomi Parry and friend Katrina Gawley over claims they profited from selling dozens of items at auctions in the US. Lawyers for Mr. Winehouse told a trial that the two women deliberately concealed they were selling the items. Ms. Parry and Ms. Gawley have now successfully defended the claim, with their barristers stating that the items were either gifted by Miss Winehouse or were already owned by them. Those are the latest GB News headlines.